What is a Netflix certified camera? That's what we're going to talk about today on the FilmSquad Podcast. Let's go. All right, you guys have probably heard the saying, this camera is Netflix certified. Why can't I shoot a movie on my iPhone? Why can't I shoot a movie here and there and sell it to Netflix? It's a really good question. I've been doing a lot of research myself on this, and so I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm going to start off where Netflix started, which was with the Duplass brothers. The Duplass brothers were one of the major people that they signed when they were first starting out. And they made their first movie on a Sony camcorder. Yet they put it on their streaming service then because it was HD. Like I said in the last podcast, camera equipment is evolving very quickly. First you have HD. Well, first you have standard def, then you have 720, then you have HD. HD is the new norm. Everyone wants to film on HD, and no one will buy things that aren't HD. And film festivals won't accept things that are HD, yet they still accept film. Blah blah blah. Then it's 2K is the big one. And then all cameras are coming out in 2K. 2K is it's beautiful. Netflix is loving it. Okay? Yet some of their shows are still shooting on 1080. Supergirl for a long time was shooting on 1080. They were still showing that on Netflix. Riverdale was still shooting on 1080, even though they were using cameras capable of something better. Sabrina was still shooting on 1080, even though they were shooting on something that was better. A lot of these shows were still shooting on 1080. Netflix was still playing them. They can up-res to 4K if they really want. Yeah, but they don't want to. But, I see movies pop up on Netflix still to this day that were clearly not shot in 4K or on a Netflix certified camera, meaning something with, 14 stops dynamic range like the camera I'm using right here. But the camera I'm using right here is only a 1080 camera. They say it's not Netflix certified. This is a Blackmagic micro cinema camera if you're watching the video on YouTube. If you're not, if you're listening on Spotify, I'm using a Blackmagic micro cinema camera. 13 stops dynamic range on this camera. That means that if I expose my image properly, I will retain all the information I need to in the highlights and the shadows. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have seen Unsane. I'm pretty sure this popped up on Netflix before. I'm sure you guys have watched some of the documentaries that have showed up on Netflix. The Tiger King. Do you think all that footage was shot on a 4K camera? Do you think all that stuff was shot on a Netflix certified camera? Because I can almost guarantee you that it wasn't. So that's the big myth behind a Netflix certified camera. I don't know if it's Netflix themselves that are calling out these cameras as Netflix certified, or if the companies are using this as some marketing scheme. There's a show called Room 104. This was not on Netflix. This one's on Crave or HBO, I believe. And they shot a couple episodes on the iPhone. Patrick Bryce, a guy that I worked with last year, shot it on an iPhone. They also shot Creep and Creep 2 and those are on Netflix. They were not shot on a Netflix certified camera, yet they're on Netflix. So to cut to the chase, guys, I want every single one of you out there to stop worrying about using a Netflix certified camera to sell your project. Because from the research that I've done, a Netflix certified camera is only the camera that Netflix is requesting when they are funding your film. If they are producing your film and giving you all this money, they want you to have a specific type of camera. I worked on a movie earlier this year, and I'm not going to say the name, but it's a Netflix movie, and they required a certain camera. They required, I think we were shooting on an Arri LF, large format, 8K, I believe it was. Maybe it was true 4K. I'm not sure. 8K is going to be the new norm soon, but we were shooting 4K on the LF. We had an LF Mini and an LF. So those are like the best Arri cameras that you can use right now. The LF is an older model. The Mini LF is their new model. And they shoot true 4K, whereas the older Arri cameras, like the Arri Mini and stuff, they shot 4K, but it was actually shooting at 2.5K and up-resing to 4K in camera. So it wasn't true 4K. So Netflix didn't like that. So they wanted, a red cam that can shoot it, or they wanted a VariCam, or they wanted the Sony, which one is that now? Or they wanted the Arri LF. That's what it boils down to. So guys, if that's the case and Netflix only wants people to use their certified cameras on their productions, it really doesn't matter what camera you are using if you're planning on selling your project to Netflix. And I know this episode is very short, guys, but this is all the information that I have, and I really wanted to share it with everybody. And so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys took something from this and share it with your friends, with your film friends, with your film family, with your film people, with your dog. Anyone who is exciting to talk to, share this information with them, because it could definitely help them if they're looking to get into the industry. This could be an easy way to do it. Is just use the camera that you have in your hand and sell it to Netflix if that's an option. So yeah, please share, like, comment, subscribe, and do whatever you want to do with this podcast. And any kind of exposure will help, and will help me keep making these episodes for you guys. All right, thanks so much, and have a great quarantine. Peace.